One of the most important things you will need to do in Photoshop is change the resolution of an image. Changing the resolution differs from changing the view because in this technique we are actually changing the pixel structure of this photograph. So we are making this image physically, structurally larger or smaller by altering the pixels. In the previous tutorial, we were simply altering the view of the image. We weren't really altering the pixel structure of this. So that's what we're going to do in this tutorial. To do this, once again, we go under Image, select Image Size, and we will get a window that gives us a bunch of different options. There are three things here that we need to look at before we start changing the image structure. We want to make sure all of these boxes are checked. If they're not checked, particularly constrain proportions, what's going to happen is if you only input or enter data for one direction, so either the length or the width of a photograph, you are going to end up changing the pixel data in a way that is not proportionally true to the way the photograph was originally shot. So if you see here, I've changed the width of this photograph to 1 inch and the height remains at 20 inches. So when I hit the OK button, the image size changes to a very skewed, proportionally long photograph. So we want to make sure that all three of those boxes are checked. Let's go back to Edit, and we can always undo anything we do in Photoshop by going under Edit, Undo Image, or taking the shortcut of the Command and Z buttons. So once again, we'll go under Image, Image Size. We'll get this window back up. And in this window, we have two ways of changing the image size. We have the window that allows us to change the pixels. So this image is 3264 pixels wide by 4896 high. We could actually change the size of this photo by changing those dimensions, or we can do it by changing the document size here. The document size is what I'd like you to do for this homework assignment. We actually are going to submit our photographs as 4 inches by 6 inch pictures. So if you see, I'll go into my width here and enter 4, and our pull down menu should say inches. If it doesn't, make sure you go in and change that. And when we select constrain proportions, you'll actually see that when you hit 4, the height automatically changes to 6 inches. So we've got a 4 by 6 inch photograph. The one last thing we have to worry about is our resolution. Our resolution is expressed in pixels per inch. There are two resolution sizes we want to worry about. The resolution of a monitor. So if a picture is just being displayed on a monitor, we would want to have a resolution of 72 pixels per inch. That is how many pixels are in a computer monitor. So if you are only using your image on the monitor, for example, if you were displaying them on a website, you would only want to have a resolution that matches the resolution of your output device, which in this case is a monitor. The other resolution we want to worry about is the resolution of a print or a printer, which is typically 300 pixels per inch. So in this case, for this assignment, we are assuming that these images are going to be printed as 4 by 6 prints on an inkjet printer, in which case we are going to select 300 as our resolution, or 300 pixels per inch. When we've inputted all those values, making sure that our boxes are checked, we'll hit OK, and now the pixel structure of that photograph has been changed.